Jayden Pacheco. I'm 16 years old, about to turn 17. I'm going to Bonita Vista High School. I'm a junior, and today Miles let me speak to you guys, and I'm really excited about the topic I'm going to speak to you guys about. So today, I'm going to talk about a serious topic that all of you guys can relate to. And this topic is called, even through the tough times, we still have faith in God. What does that mean? Well, all the bad experiences we have, all the troubles we have, the trials, tribulations, we still have faith in God no matter what. Today, I'm going to tell you guys my story and why I'm in the position I am in today and why I'm preaching to you guys. So first off, I'm going to start off, when I was born in San Diego, somewhere in La Mesa. When I was 4 years old, I lived in Arizona, Phoenix, and then me and my family, we moved down here to Chula Vista to see my grandparents, so we stayed here. And so I was living with my grandparents, and so I started going to a school here called Liberty Elementary till kindergarten to 6th grade. And then so from there, I started loving that school, and so we lived in La Mesa at this time, and so I told my family I'd rather stay here in Chula Vista because I love it here. I feel welcome. And so I stayed, and then from that, I went to East Lake Middle, and this is when my life started. During 7th and 8th grade, I always cared what people thought about me. I always wanted to be the popular kid. People always called me by Pacheco because I was known for my last name. And so it clicked with me, so I said, oh yeah, Pacheco, yeah. I had a big ego about myself during 7th and 8th grade. I started disobeying my teachers. I started not listening to my parents. I started getting in trouble when I started going to the mall. I started doing like little mischievous acts at a young age a little bit. And so I always cared what people thought about me. A lot of people didn't respect me because of all the bad stuff I did. And I don't blame them. And so from that, it really affected me. So coming into 9th grade, I graduated in 8th grade, I got a walk. 9th grade, it really got to me. This is when everything just started happening. During 9th grade, a lot of people at East Lake High School did not like me for who I was. They knew me as a bad kid. No one didn't want to be around me. And it really affected me. And so I told my family, I said, Mom, Dad, I want to go to Olympian. So I had to really argue about it and show my reasoning why I wanted to go to Olympian so bad. And so I went to Olympian High School. And let me tell you, everything was great when I went to Olympian. Out of all the teachers, there was one teacher who stood out of everybody. Her name was Jennifer Treadwell. Jennifer Treadwell was probably one of the most influenced teachers that happened upon me, that God brought to me in my life that I didn't notice. When I had her for English study skills, there were 6 kids in my class. I was always the one kicked back. I didn't talk to nobody. I was doing my thing. And then she always just tried to get something out of me. She always tried to talk to me, nudging at me, Ken, this, like, Ken, why don't you talk? You know, and I was always quiet. I thought I was, the stuff. I had a big ego about myself. And so Miss Treadwell pulled me aside one time and just told me how much I'm a leader. And I didn't even know it. She just said that I was a leader and that I want to influence others. She just started saying all these things that just came to her mind. And I didn't believe her one bit. I said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. You're not. That's not me. I'm sorry. And she was just really a big impact on me. I started believing what she was saying. And she just helped me a lot. I feel like God was trying to talk to me, but I couldn't fully grasp it. I believed in God, but I never had so much stronger faith that I'm standing up right here speaking to you guys. And so, because of that, I didn't really believe her or whatever. I started hanging out with some group in my school, and these guys were 3 years older than me. They were seniors. And so I started getting some bad habits. They started ditching all my classes. They started smoking a lot of marijuana at that time at a young age. I started getting into a lot of trouble with the police. I started doing a lot of bad stuff that affected me. Thank God I got no gunnies, I got no charges, nothing. God was watching me through all and protecting me. And so, one day when I ditched Miss Trevor's class, she told me how much it meant to her that I ditched and that it really affected her and that she just was sad about it. And so from there, I would ditch school, but the only class I would not ditch was her class. That's how much she meant to me. I would always come back, no matter what, on time, just to be in her class. But later on at Olympian, I have a falling out with my group. We haven't fallen out. And so one of these guys stole something from my bag. And this thing they stole from me was a hook. And this hook is a thing where you steal clothes at stores, like some mischievous things I did. And so they took that from me, and I was about to throw down, like we're about to fight. And so the principal comes out, and takes us, pulls us to the side, and then we go into the principal's office, and then I tell him what's up. I go off. I tell the principal like what this guy did, what he took. I didn't care. Like I ratted myself out. I told Romney, I was like, this is what it is. I don't care. And then so he searched it up how much it costs online. He says, do you know how much this costs? He's like, I don't know. He said $2. I was like, oh, it's $2? And I knew it was $2. And he said, is your friendship really worth $2? And it really got to me, and I really thought about it. I think God wanted me to realize, like, the friends I got, are they really my friends? And I just started thinking to myself, I don't know. I just said, I don't know. And that's when I started realizing, that's why I separated myself from the group. That's when I started doing things of my own, and that's when I just didn't hang out with nobody. And that's when I said, I want to switch to a new school. I want to go to Rosemont High School in La Mesa. That's what I told myself. I told my mom. And my mom wanted me to stick through at Olympian. So what I did was, I ditched one day all my classes, not saying anything to Miss Treadwell. And when I ditched that day, I went to Eastlake Middle to go see a friend, to go tell him how much he means to me. He was a neighbor of mine. And I was going to see him, I was going to do my thing. And so when I did, the security guards already knew me, who I was, so they took me in. They saw that I was older, they knew I was a freshman. They took me into the principal's office to start arguing with the principal, we started fighting. And then the police came, and I got in cuffs, and they put me in the back of the police car. So they took me back to Olympian, and Mr. Patterson said I could stay at Olympian, do learning center, independent studies, or I could go to a different high school, because I want to go to a different high school. And so I went to Rosemont High School. Let me tell you guys something about Rosemont High School. At Rosemont High School, for 2 weeks, I ditched all my classes. I was independent. I didn't have no friends, nothing. No one didn't want to talk to me. I was a new kid. Everybody had their own groups, their own clique, and I was to myself the whole time. And one day, I do go to school all those 2 weeks. I meet this guy. I'm not going to say his name, but I meet this guy. We go to a trolley station. We ditch school. We go to a trolley station. We go to a trolley. We go to downtown La Mesa. When we go to downtown La Mesa, there was this rich, big house that we went to. And me and him, we broke into it. And it was under construction. There was stuff inside. So we broke into it, and he took some stuff out of the house. I didn't take anything. I was just observing, looking around, spending time. This was like 10 in the morning. And so when I did that, we got caught. I see a camera. I said, bro, there's a camera right there. I'm like, oh, damn. And we just start running. We start running out the house, and then out of nowhere, the guy in the truck, the owner comes, he stops us. And the next thing you know, police come, we're put in cuffs. I'm sitting down on the curb, my friend's sitting down on the curb, he's like freaking out, I'm just calm on every situation. And then so, the thing was, I had drugs in my backpack, you guys. And the cops did not search my backpack. They searched the guy's backpack, and I'm gonna tell you guys something, before I knew they were gonna search us, I was praying to God, please don't let them search me, please don't let them search me. I was actually praying to God at that situation. They did not search my backpack, they searched my friend's backpack. Because he took something. If I took something, who knows what would have happened. And I was saved by God. We got sent in the police car, and we got sent to the police department. And from there, they dropped all charges. We're fine, we're good. I'm straight, I'm good. And so, go back to the police department, and then I go back to Grossmont High School. And so, like the next day, Grossmont expels me, and the kid that was with me was only suspended for 2 days, but I got expelled. And so, I went to a high school called Chaparral. It's a continuation school in Oklahoma. I was there for a semester. It was only 40 kids, a lot of kids that were older than me. It was a great school. I liked it a lot. That's just me. But after Chaparral, I was supposed to be there for 2 semesters and finish it. Instead, I switched districts, found a loophole, and I went back to Eastlake High School. So when I went back to Eastlake High School, I started, during this was 9th grade, 2nd semester when I left Chaparral, but this is the upcoming summer going towards sophomore year. And so during that summer towards sophomore year, I found another group. And that's when I started realizing that God has been with me this whole time. I started reflecting my life like, wow, all these things happening in my life, these positions, it just led me to where I'm at. God is real. I started thinking that, but I couldn't fully grasp my faith. If God was truly there. But I was thinking that there is a God. And so, during this time when I'm hanging out with this group, out of all these friends, I had like 8 of us. One friend to this day, her name is Leslie Janet Jones. She's one of my closest friends. She changed her life, and she was by my side all the time, one of my closest friends. And so, one day, like a whole bunch of us, that group, all we did was get into fights, rob, we'll get into trouble with the police, we'll do some very mischievous acts, like we do a lot of bad things that I'm like, thank God, God was always with me in every situation. But one day I told myself, do I really want to live this life? Do I really want to be in this position? Like all these people I'm with, like this group, am I going to be with them like 10 years? Who are they going to be in 10 years? I read a quote, it said, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. It really gave me another perspective on life. And I'm just like, wow, I want to be friends with these people? And that's when I started questioning a lot. And then so I started separating myself from the group. And from that, I had a falling out. I got into 6 fights my first semester, sophomore year at Eastlake. And then after that, like, they just disowned me. I was like, because I was doing my right path. And so I chose to hold it down and still do what I'm doing now, to be good and have high hopes for my future. And so, second semester, first day, I get into a fight. First fight with some dude I don't even have problems with. But he, like, just because I'm doing good and doing to myself, I start getting into a fight just because of that. Some dude I didn't even was even close to it, I thought was a friend of mine. And then so from that, I went to Benita. Let me tell you guys, Benita has been the best thing that's ever happened to me, ever. Let me tell you, Benita right now has been the most craziest. During this time, my family divorced, it was hard on me. I started not having friends. I'm independent to myself. Every day, I don't even do nothing but just study and help myself mentally and physically so I can improve myself and have high hopes in the future. And it's hard, you guys. It really is hard when you're to yourself and just wanting to do good. And I just tell myself, God's doing all these things. He's making me mold myself. All the way up to sophomore, second semester to junior year, right now, I'm still in the same position. God is doing this because He wants me to have high hopes in the future. God does all these things. God has all these problems for you guys. Everything you're going through is temporary. He's doing this so He can make you mold yourself, so you can become somebody. So in the long journey, you'll be able to fulfill your purpose. Let me tell you. I'm going to give you guys an example. Let's say there's a father, right? You got the keys to the Ferrari, right? You got the 30-year-old and you got the 6-year-old. Who's going to give the keys to? There's a 6-year-old, he's immature, can't reach the steering wheel, he can't drive, he's immature. And the 30-year-old, he's mechanic, he knows mechanics, he knows how to drive, he has his license, he knows how much cars cost. Who are you going to give it to? You're going to give it to the 30-year-old, right? It's like God. God is the father and we're the 6-year-old. He has the keys, is our purpose, our fulfillment, our passion. And He's going to give it to us when we're ready. Until we're old enough to fulfill and be able to go through all these tribulations. This reminds me of a quote from the Bible. 2 Corinthians 11:20-27. St. Paul, I have worked harder, been put in prison more often, been whipped times without number, and faced death and again and again. 5 different times the Jewish leaders gave me 39 lashes. 3 times I was beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. 3 times I was shipwrecked. Once I spent a whole night and a day adrift at sea. I have traveled on many long journeys. I have faced danger from rivers and robbers. I have faced danger from my own people, the Jews, as well as from the Gentiles. I have faced danger in the cities, in the deserts, and on the seas. And I have faced danger from men who claim to be believers but are not. I have worked hard and long enduring many sleepless nights. I have been hungry and thirsty, and I have often gone without food. I have shivered in the cold without enough clothing and keeping warm. What does that tell you about St. Paul? He went through a lot. We all go through a lot. That's part of life. Who says life is easy? Life is not easy. It is hard. And we all have to deal with that. We work in a working society. And we all got to put in work, and it's going to be a hard life. But remember, pain is temporary. You guys can all get through it. 10 years from now, you guys are going to laugh about it. But St. Paul, he still had faith in God even through the rough times because God knew that he had a purpose. And you guys all have a purpose. Remember that. Everything we go through, everybody stay strong. Keep your head up. I promise you everything will be all right. Let me pray you guys out.